family member's health was declining. I'm a nurse. I needed to understand what was happening and what had changed it. I've been a nurse for a long time. I've sat with patients in crisis. I've read labs. I've watched monitors. I've held hands when there was nothing left to do medically but be present. And I'm going to try not to cry while I make this video. I have learned that when something works, you pay attention, even when you can't fully explain it yet. Today, I want to tell you about my mom. My mom has had chronic lymphocytic leukemia, CLL, for 17 years. For those who don't know, CLL is a cancer of the blood and bone marrow. It affects the very stem cell system we've been talking about this entire series. For 17 years, her labs were managed, watched, monitored, not cured, managed. Then, last year, things started to get worse. In January, she required an injection to boost her hemoglobin because her levels had dropped dangerously low. Then again in March, then again in June. Her oncologist was beginning to have conversations about more aggressive treatment. The trajectory was pointing in one direction, and it wasn't good. In early September, we started her on something that I had been researching, something I had real questions about as a nurse, something I could not fully explain scientifically, but I couldn't ignore it either. Now, I want to be very clear about something before I tell you what happened next. My mom did not tell a single one of her doctors that what she was starting to do in September. Not her oncologist, not her nephrologist, not her cardiologist, not her endocrinologist, not even her primary care physician. 5 specialists, 5 different medical disciplines, all completely in the dark. And here is what happened. Every single one of them, independently, without prompting, looked at my mom and said, something's changed. Not because she told them anything, because they could see it in her face, in her energy, in the way she carried herself, and most importantly, in her labs. Her oncologist looked at her blood work and said, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because whatever you're doing is working. I know you're doing something. But she had no idea what my mom had started. She was just reading the numbers in front of her. Her other 4 specialists said the same thing in their own words, every one of them, independently, that she looked better than she had looked since the first day she walked into their office. 5 physicians, 0 knowledge of the treatment, but 1 unanimous reaction. And then came the lab result that made me cry in my car. For the first time in 17 years, every single value on my mom's CBC, her complete blood count, came back within normal range. Her white count, her leukocytes, her lymphocytes, her red blood cells, all of it. In 17 years, that had never happened, not once. I'm her daughter, I'm a nurse, and I'm going to tell you, I sat in that parking lot and I ugly cried because I didn't have any other explanation. I did not need one in that moment. I'm not telling this to sell you anything. I'm telling you this because this entire series has been about the science of how your body heals. And what I witnessed in my mother is what this series has been pointing to. In the next post, I'm going to tell you exactly what we started in September. And I'm going to connect back to everything you've learned so you can evaluate it for yourself with educated eyes. Because you deserve the truth, not hype, not a sales pitch, the truth.